Yo, what's going on, guys? Tom for 2 here, or Chess on Lost Ark. Today I wanted to do another class video. This is one with my Slayer, since it is my top DPS within my roster. I believe I've done my Paladin, Bard, and Valkyrie up to this point, so I thought I'd do my Slayer while I have some time. And we're about a month away from the Khazros release, so I thought it'd be just a good time to kind of go over the build, where it's currently standing, and what I'm kind of looking forward to doing next with it. So again, if you guys like this sort of stuff, or if it's useful at all, just let me know. Be sure to subscribe and like and all that good stuff, and let's just get into it. So, just like usual, we'll start with looking on the UU site, and then we'll go into the in-game UI to just kind of go over it. So if we just look across my just my armor, I've got a 100 quality weapon. Everything else is either 90 or above, and just the shoulder, just need to tap that a little bit more. In terms of my elixirs, I haven't quite min-maxed them yet, but as you can see, mostly going for strength or weapon power, or attack power for the second, I guess the second effect outside of the piece-specific, armor-specific effect. Only one's 5-3 for the head, 5-4 for the shoulder, boss damage and attack power, and then attack power and strength is a 5-3. Everything else is 5-5. So that's where it's at the moment. In terms of accessories, because it is an alt, I don't aggressively roll the accessories. It is a little bit expensive to be rolling, but while I can, I think it's good, at least for an alt, just to have at least high low or high mid if I do end up rolling it on like a different character. So on my Slayer, the neck, I've got high on outgoing damage. That's the only effect. Could probably be improved, but it is what it is. For my earrings, I have attack power 1.55%, so high, and then weapon power just a flatline mid. Same with the other earring, weapon power plus 3%. That's just the only one there for that. So earrings can still be improved. My rings, I think, are where it's kind of cracked actually. I've got a crit rate high line and then a crit damage mid line, and then I've got a low weapon power line, just a flat. And then the second ring, I've got high crit damage, mid crit rate, and then low weapon power flat again. So I don't think I need to touch those rings for like ever, unless I want to sell them. But yeah, those are the accessories I've got right now on my Slayer, and it does decent damage. I think it could keep up somewhat as long as my uptime is okay. Stone I'm rocking is Grudge and Mass Increase, 7/7 stone. As for my bracelet, I think I high rolled on this pretty well. The only thing I'm kind of missing is just that crit line, that crit stat. But I've got swiftness, and I've got crit damage 10%, the high line with crit hit damage plus 1.5%, and then crit rate high line, and then crit hit damage 1.5%. So hit high on both of those, and I don't think I'm changing that anytime soon. Let's go on to my gems. Gems, pretty much every damage skill I have is level 8 damage gem, and then I do have a level 8 CD. I could probably show you guys which skill that is, but I've got level 7 CDs for the rest of it, so still kind of working on gems, but since it is an alt, haven't been focusing on that because Khazros is coming out. I'm kind of focusing a little bit more on my main, making sure that my main at least has a couple level 9 damage gems just for the buff skills and stuff for my party. Light of Salvation, usual card set. You switch them out depending on the raid you're running, like Brel or Mordum Gate 3. Again, CP, don't read too much into it. Just kind of depends on your uptime, but just over 2,000. Combat power, you can kind of see where I'm at with what's giving me the power score, I guess. Engravings, I don't really focus too much on DPS engravings just because I am a support main, so it was more value for me to get support engravings first, especially for my main, my Bard, and my Valk. But I do have the 10 Adrenaline, and I've got 2 on Grudge. I do have 1 on Cursed Doll, but the only reason why I have Adrenaline and Grudge is because either I think I got it from Frost Keys for Grudge, and then Adrenaline are literally all 10 of these are from the free Selector relic engraving pouches that they give us, and I've only gotten 10 of those, so they all went into, or I think we gotten like 11 of them, but one of them went to Grudge and one of them went to Adrenaline. If we go to my Ark Passive, you can kind of see the Evolution tree, the Enlightenment tree, the Leap tree. Again, most of the build is probably just from Lost Ark Nexus, with a little bit of tweaking depending on what I do. Sometimes I index a little bit more into crit, and just decrease the swiftness a little bit, but yeah, right now here's my build. I'm using the Supersonic Breakthrough Evolution tree, and then Leap, you're pretty much just going into the hyper damage. Here's my gem layout. We could probably show you in the UI as well, the game UI, by using Wild Rush, Volcanic Eruption, Wild Stomp, Fatal Sword, Punishing Draw, Furious Claw, Guillotine, and Brutal Impact. Your big hitters are going to be Brutal Impact, Guillotine, Volcanic Eruption, and then your pseudo ones are kind of like Fatal Sword, Furious Claw, and Punishing Draw. The only reason why I use a Punishing Draw over some of the other conventional ones is because I used to focus mostly on just making sure the skill goes off, and it is a second counter skill. Your two counter skills are Wild Stomp and Punishing Draw. I like running as many counter skills as you can because I'm a team player, right? As for my DPS, you can see the DPS level 8 gems are all on the DPS skills, and the CD ones are kind of corresponding to them. So there we go. You guys can see the layout. Take a screenshot. You guys can try out this build. I don't run Conviction Judgment, if you guys notice as well. That's probably a good thing to notice. I am terrible at playing around Conviction Judgment. So I specifically just rely on like quick recharge and just trying to get my skills off fast and maintaining decent uptime. So I've tried the Conviction Judgment before. It's okay, but for now, I think I like my current build. So that's it from the Ulu site. I probably forgot to mention it. My eye level is 1716, 1717 on my Slayer. Of course, character level 70, but yeah, let's go into the game UI. So in the game UI, pretty much everything I have, pretty much the minimum amount of karma from running Brel done, just rank 6, level 21 across the board. You guys can just see the tree, but we already went over that. If you guys want to see my skins, I'm using the Pixel Sword, and then I'm using the full Priest of Death kind of outfit. And I've got the Mokoko Cherry Blossom trail effect, I guess. So that's the skins if you guys are curious. I think out of all my skins, I think I just my Valk used the Windbreaker one, but then outside of that, I don't really rotate the skins too often, especially since I have to spend gold from the auction house to gear them, so it's what I'm currently rocking. I haven't popped actually any of the anniversary skins or any of that, but should probably do that at some point. Yeah, let's go on to engravings. I don't really change the engravings too much, but this is where I'm at with the game UI. Gems, I think we already previewed. Across the board. Cards, of course, we use LOS. I sort them in order so that I think I use this Spirited Flames Breath set for Guardians, Swift Thunderbolt's Breath for Brel, and then Strong Earth's Breath for Mordum Gate 3. So that's that. Yeah, I don't think there's anything much left to talk about. Usually my rotation, if we just quickly go over that, I use Wild Stomp just to get build up the meter, especially if you don't have any meter. Wild Rush, I have poison on it, so you want to proc that on the boss as much as possible because there's extra damage. Usually use Punishing Draw, Fatal Sword, Furious Claw until like my meter is full. Just proc Wild Stomp as much as you can. It helps maintain the meter. And then your big hitters are Guillotine, Brutal Impact, and Volcanic Eruption. And I'm using the T-skill Flame Deathblade, so it's a hold skill. You want to make sure that you land this. It's kind of your big hitter, right? I think between Guillotine and Flame of Deathblade and Volcanic Eruption, these are going to be your top competing like DPS skills, especially if you don't miss the Flame Deathblade. So make sure you absolutely land that as much as possible. I guess I could just go through like... Yeah, I think we went through most of the skill tree. Just need to make sure you guys know I use the Flame Deathblade T skill, and then the alt I use is the Ragnar Break. But yeah, I feel like I haven't changed that at all ever since I started playing Slayer, and then the T skill came about. So, but yeah, I don't mind hitting front attack for any of these skills on my QWER or Furious Claw. You obviously want to hit back attack, especially since Slayer is a back attack class. But you really want to try to hit Guillotine, Brutal Impact, and Volcanic Eruption, and your T skill and Awakening back attacking for maximum damage. So, oh, I could show you guys my Paradise build. So Paradise build, this is what I'm rocking. I don't know if it's actually optimal, but it works for me, and I've been able to get cracked like top 10% on leaderboard. It's fine. It gives me the extra purple key. Wild Rush, Wild Stomp. You guys can see the tripods, but Wild Rush, 2-1, Wild Stomp, 3-1-2, Punishing Draw, 3-1-2, Fatal Sword, 2-3-2, Furious Claw, 3-1-1, Guillotine, 1-3-1, Brutal Impact, 3-1-1, Volcanic Eruption, 2-3-2, and then I actually switched over, let's see, still use the Flame Deathblade, T-Skill, and using the same Ragnar Break ulti. My usual rotation is you want to just dump your DPS, as much DPS as you can before while there's DR. As soon as the DR is off, I usually try to proc the ulti or my T skill and time it. It's a little bit harder to time with the T skill, but just ult is usually easier. I think you're pretty much just trying to rotate as fast as you can to kill the boss. So that's my Paradise build. My Chaos build. Honestly, the build doesn't really matter that much with Chaos. I think the only skill that you need to kind of change maybe is for Guillotine, I use 1-3-2. Just because it gives you it does less damage to lesser foes, cooldown's better, and it's more of like an AoE sort of thing, AoE attack. And then I think I use Spiral Deathblade just because it's fast off CD. So that's my build. I don't think there's anything else to really talk about on my Slayer, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. If I missed anything, I don't think I'm missing anything really, but again, 17, trying to push this to 1720, I think, and then parking it there, since it is my top DPS. It should be able to carry at least a few people who, are playing on alt DPS builds. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.